Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can tell by the graphics, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of Conan, the board game, which is produced by Monolith. This is a game that was around for the time that it was kickstarting, and it was just at an inopportune time. Money wise. So when I saw that there was a recent offer to pick up this game at almost half its normal price, I certainly jumped on getting the core system of it. And the reason why I jumped on this game as well is that there is a solo player scenario for it, and I'm sure that other parts of the game can likewise be can be modified to run solo play. So it'll play in well with what I was looking to do with solo play, and as I get more into in-person gaming, and I start going out to the local hobby shop a little bit more often. I'll certainly look to try to put together a consistent group so we can play out these scenarios in multiplayer. But I wasn't expecting to get this this early on. I had only ordered it while I was on vacation last week, so I was quite surprised that it was dropped off. And this is a true unboxing. All I did was I took it out of its cart, big carton, and took the saran wrap off. So as I'm opening this up, you'll be seeing it in the first time along with myself. So let's see. I just want to make sure that I have the everything set up. Now, as I set up the board, you can see I have my mailing map set out. So I'm going to lay out the pieces on this presentation, so you'll be able to see. So I might be switching back and forth between the different views so that you can get a good look at it as well as I lay those out. So switching to this view, this is the big view, so that you can actually see the game itself. So this is the box, and awesome graphics. And it's pretty hefty. I mean, this is a heavy duty box. So, I had picked up the game itself for $60 plus $10 shipping and handling. So total cost $70. And there's apparently, some 70 different figures in here. So, as far as as far as pieces are concerned, basically $1 a piece is, and that doesn't include the game. So it was a pretty, really, really good offer. And that's one of the reasons why I jumped on it. So I'm going to open this up, and it's the first time I'm opening it up. So, and you can see, I mean, it's, a fairly deep, hefty box. And I'll show you each item as I'm opening it up. So this is the Overlord's book, and I haven't quite done as much research because, like I said, I wasn't really planning on picking up this game, because I just wasn't into board games as of yet. But I mean, you can see on the inside. So the Overlord's book. Let's just see what this actually is. This should be read to the heroes book in its entirety before reading this book. All right, so I have to read the rules before reading this. It goes into the tiles, and you can see. I'll open this up here, so you can see the graphics of this, and the information. I mean, there's fairly heavy heavy stock paper. Very nice graphics and color, good glossy pages. And this is a scenario. and it goes through several different parts. So you can see here part 2 of this particular scenario. So so that's the first thing that I'm taking out of here. Actually, I'll place it in the box this way. So this is the heroes book. So this is the rules book for the game. A little bend in it, but again, and so this is the contents and setup, and you can see they're showing you the actual board configuration. So as you're supposed to set up the board, and I'll see. I'll have my night's reading worth to do during this evening. So continuing on. So these, from what I understand, are the are the player boards, and I will literally unsealing everything here. So here is the Conan card, and you would set this card down if you're playing this character. So you have Conan, you have Belit, you have Shevatas. All right, front and back, so different, and I know nothing about the rules. So let's see who else we have here. We have Hardrathus, looks like a magic user type. All right, we have both English and French. All right, so attack skills for, I'm not quite sure, each of these characters. So movement skills. So you have attack skills, you have movement skills, you have miscellaneous skills. These are going to be defense and magic skills. And finally, we have the Southern Sea, looks like 0 through 15, and so some kind of a placing. So once again, I have to read the rules to figure out what is what. I am now going to use these small counters of some kind. Blue crystals and red crystals. We'll figure out what those are. Here are the dice for the game, and just to see, there's an axe symbol with an arrow pointing upwards. Then there's an arrow pointing kind of diagonal down. On the other side is another axe. I'll figure out what those are. I'll put those back in this spot. There's a small deck of cards here. This one has leather armor. So these are probably like little cards that you put with your player counter, and it'll give you different stats. And there is the first figure, and first figure here is really nice looking, and we'll see. It's probably taped. Yes, it is taped. So here's a little piece of tape. So there's a giant snake. I mean, this is, like, if this is the quality, I mean, I wish you could really see this. I mean, this figure alone is probably, a good $6. And possibly even more. That's really, really sick looking. I'm going to put that on the on the counter. And now there is a fairly large box here, and I'm going to guess that these are the actual figures. I'm going to save that for a moment. Actually, I'm going to put the snake back into its container for now. Just like always, it's always a challenge to get something back in the way that it came out. Let's see. Oh, there we go. And now this comes over. There we go. I'm surprised that I actually did that. I got it back in the same way. I'm going to take out this cartridge over here and this over here. So these are cardboard cutout pieces that you pop out, and they, there's a snake in it. It has the stats, of that snake. So this board here is, several different things. Belit's guards. There's an outer dark demon. There's a picked hunter. So various different tiles. The same thing here. Another one. Very heavy duty, cardboard. Kind of a nice texture to it as well. So very, very interesting stuff. So I like some of this. Ooh, I don't want to pop anything out yet. So I like this landscaping and some other kind of features. Like these are like a, spiked spear, fencing. Probably some kind of an obstruction for movement. And here is a tile set. And you can see here the tile set is actually very, very close to the same size, it looks like, as my mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of these out there, and we'll see how closely it actually matches up. So this is an exterior tile set, looks like a village. And then this is kind of like a castle dungeon tile set. So I am going to put the castle dungeon in here. I'm going to switch views really quick to show you what I'm planning on doing here. So you can actually see the tile set, and I'm going to move these over to the other box because I'm not going to do that just yet. And let's see how this tile set works out. Actually, there's another tile set on the inside, so they're double-sided, and they match up exactly with the other thing. Let me see. So that's just to give a reference point, so I can tell how these things are going to lay out. So there, the tile set is almost exactly the same size as that white trifold, Elmer's trifold presentation board, and so that becomes the perfect foundation for this game set and this board here. So now I'm going to take a look at these figures. I don't want to damage the box in any way, so we're going to, before I kill myself with my knife, I will switch over to this view. All right, let's take a look at the individual figures now. So we already saw the snake, and the snake is, really quite impressive. All right. So So here we have, this is obviously Conan. All right, so here's Conan. All right, so that's Conan's figure. And these look kind of like pirates. These are probably like Belit's, some of Belit's crew. Quite a number of them, all the same here. Each of the, I guess they're like player characters, are represented here. We have this guy that's kind of like a conquistador looking character. This is another version of Conan. So I'm guessing based on the different scenarios. Here's another. Oh, there's that dark demon. So the figures are actually pretty detailed, and they're on a 1-inch. Looks like roughly a 1-inch base. Some of these things are actually really pretty cool. This looks almost like a werewolf or some kind of a big hulking beast. These look like giant hyena. I mean, really, really cool figures. I'll be able to use these for quite a number of other things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 32 figures in that rack. So there's 32 figures there. These are bases, so color-coded bases. This here is a tray that you would put your cards and maybe your counters, on here as well. And then there's another whole tray. I'll hold this up here. Another whole tray of figures. Once again, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here's another 40. So 72 figures, in all, which is really, quite impressive. This, I believe, is one of Belit's guards. So you can see the Kushite style, the spearman and the, and the type of shield. And let's see if I can figure out. These are definitely Picts. All right, you can see this is a very crude looking axe, and then these are some type of a more formal soldier. So all in all, I mean, it's it really is quite the set. Oh, I want to try to put this back the way it was. And I fully anticipate that it is going to, take me probably about a day to try to get this right. It'll probably take me about a day to learn how to play the game, and I want to look into the rules and see, how to set it up for solo play, and then we shall see. Can't be butterfingers here. But very, very impressive with those figures. And let's see if we get it back in the box. It's always the trick, is to get everything back into the box the way they came out. And of course, it's not going to cooperate. Hanging up there. There we go. Well, that was really quite the challenge. So we have this now. I'm going to take the base here, and so these boards, I noticed the same thing with the other mat. They fold up kind of in a strange pattern, you know. They don't always go back to, just fold up straight. So you have to, pay a little bit of attention to it, and put this back in here. Put this back in here, and I think I'm about to succeed with something quite amazing, and that is that I'm actually putting everything back the way that it was. So I'm actually going to manage that feet, and so this is the Overlord book that was the first thing out, and this is the the other book. I'm actually going to keep these two things out so I can read, and I'm going to keep a playboard out. I'll keep the Conan playboard out so I can take a look at that as well. And put the cover on. Gonna go this way. And now let's see if I can give you a good view of that. All right, actually laying it down. And so there you have an unboxing of Conan board game put out by Monolith, and I can leave it on this view here. And so as you can see, there's there's quite a few materials. I'm going to read this the Heroes book first, as the Overlord book recommended. So read this and see how how the game is actually set up. They talk about the various the card, and so they'll explain how the card is used. And I would say probably within a day or two, although I have a game set up tomorrow for Bushido RPG, but probably by Thursday, I'll be ready to show you a little demonstration of playing the solo player version of this game as well. So thank you for joining in. If this is the first time that you're visiting, I hope you enjoyed the video and saw the unboxing, enjoyed the unboxing of this game. I'll put some links in the description of the video. I'll see if that offer is still available, and I'll certainly link that up there. There's a big community on Facebook for Conan. It's called the Conan Gaming Group, and they focus on this game, and they also focus on Modifius's the Conan, Robert E. Howard's, Conan, the Age of Undreamed, something, Adventures in the Age of Undreamed of, or I always forget that total title for it. But that's using the 2D20 system. Blah, I'm going bonkers here. So that's what Unscripted and Unchained is all about. So definitely, a decent community there that you can tap into if you're interested in talking about this game, or asking for tips or advice about this game. And as I learn the system, I'll be doing the same thing down the road. Is showing you my experiences with the game, and trying to convert as much of it as I can to solo play, so that you can see that. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I welcome you to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure that you also hit the bell twice, so that you'll get alerts next time I upload a video. If you want to leave any comments, the comments are really important, because the comments will help me know what content that you're looking for. And you know, same thing with sharing. Upvoting and sharing puts the channel out there for more people to notice. And the more people that are visiting the channel, the more people that are that are leaving comments, the more I'll know what games to actually take a look at, and show you demonstrations of, or do reviews on, or look into it. If you have a Kickstarter that you're backing, or you are running your own Kickstarter and you'd want me to take a look at it, please leave that in the comments. I'm very supportive of developers, and especially independent developers that have their own products out there. And if it's something that I feel that is worthy of my spending money on, it's certainly something that I will spend some time on this channel to show you all, and to explain to you, what I liked about it, and especially after I get it, and what I like about the game, and or why. I felt that it was something that I was interested enough in putting a Kickstarter pledge down for. So in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. I look forward to seeing some of you, online, on screen, in gaming sometime over the next couple days, and certainly into the weekend. I have several games planned on. So have a good weekend or week remaining. I kind of lose track during the summertime of weekends and weekdays. So enjoy your time.